Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to day 14 of the 30 Days of Shino. I don't plan on going on too long today, but I wanted to kind of retouch on something that I touched on before, and it's kind of just based on my day today. And that's pretty much your five closest friends are your average you. Your five closest friends equal you. So who are you hanging around? Um, I One of the things I bring this up is I have mentioned this before, but your moderators are really important. At the end of the day, the mods in your channel represent your chat. They represent you. Regarding this, if you give them that sword, then whatever they do, you're responsible for it. This is true. And however they treat people in your chat, you are responsible for as well because they're your moderator. And just because you decide to give them a sword doesn't necessarily mean that they should be able to do whatever they want with it. You need to make sure that they know that. Their job is to support the stream, not basically let the stream be their playground. Personally tonight, I had one of my mods who, everyone has a bad day. At the end of the day, everybody has a bad day. They have an off day. You could be angry, you could be mad, whatever. You say something out of line, do something out of line. I had one of my moderators do this tonight, and I timed him out for 8 hours. So when something you should know as a Twitch streamer is if you choose to time out one of your mods, they do lose their moderation power. So you have to restore it to them when their timeout is over. I timed my mod out for 8 hours. He was just being a little ornery tonight. He's been like this before. I've been like it before, so I understand completely. But pretty much I just said, hey, you know what? You're being a little out of control, and I'm not in the mood to deal with it tonight, so I'll see you tomorrow. And I pretty much timed him out for the duration of the stream. I'll remod him in the morning, and we'll go from there. But that's generally the best way to handle it in those situations. Don't stress out. But more important, the reason why I did this is he was getting out of hand. He was saying some things in chat that I don't feel like he should have. And he was just being a little bit too vulgar, a little bit too threatening, and whatever the case might be. And mind you, anybody can do this. And the reason why I bring it up is because I've been in a lot of other streamers' chats where their moderators are bad-mouthing other streamers or bad-mouthing anything or just honestly just speaking inappropriately. Not to say that anything they did was essentially attacking any particular person, but just kind of speaking ill or just saying things that honestly, you know what I mean, things that shouldn't be said in public, whatever they might be. Ultimately, this is going to be different for every streamer. It's going to be different for every chat, what they talk about, what they allow. But I just saw a lot of things from a lot of other streamers that's extremely inappropriate, especially when it comes to bad running their mods. Their mods bad mouthing, I should say. And I do think it's an issue. It's something you need to think of because at the end of the day, like I said, your mods represent you. So that's something you need to keep in mind whenever they're in chat or whenever anything's going on. I think that's very important to keep in mind. The biggest issue I think I had at the time is just, I know for a lot of smaller streamers, a lot of their mods are their friends, you know. They're one of the first people that came to the chat, one of the people who supported them earliest on, some of the people who know the stream best. So it's hard to make you feel like you need to put them in timeout or, you know what I mean, you don't want to hurt that relationship. But at the end of the day, like I said, I can understand that, but as your stream grows, so do the people in your stream and moderating your stream need to grow. And along with that, like I said, everyone has a bad day. Just because you time them out for a day or clear something they said from chat doesn't necessarily mean that you guys aren't still friends. And if they take it that way, that's their problem, their prerogative. But at the end of the day, it's still your stream and you're responsible for what goes in it and what both you do and your moderators do. That's how Twitch works. You can look it up. So that being said and that being in mind, it's just very close. It's very important you watch the people you keep close to you. My moderators are some of my best friends, so I do keep a close eye on what they do, what they say, even when they're not in my chat, because admittedly I can't control what they say outside of my chat. But to someone else coming into my stream, they still represent my chat even when they're not there. That's just something that comes with any community or any game. If you're talking to a football player and he's not in uniform, even if he's off the court or off the field, he still represents that team wherever he goes because he's part of that team. So that's something you need to keep in mind about your stream and your team. But yeah, it's all good. Just make sure, tell your friends you love them, but be careful who your friends are. Check your circle, check your mods, check yourself. Because at the end of the day, your 5 closest friends or your 5 closest mods is still the average you. Alright then guys, that's going to be it for today because it's pretty short. I know, short. But that's day 14. I need to get some sleep. I may almost make it to bed on time tonight if I can edit this video and get it up in time. So fingers crossed, here's hoping. I'll have more about today tomorrow. I wanted to talk more about it, but I'm just too tired to keep going. We had a great stream. I had a great night. We're on day 14. We've got 16 more days to go to this, but I think I can do it as long as you guys are with me. Till next time, my name is Shield Bazu, the Gaming Island Ninja, and I'll see you guys later. Deuces.